All right, so we are back in the Charger Daytona EV. Now, I haven't made a video about this car in a couple of weeks, just because there really hasn't been much to make a video about. I guess when I leased this thing, I'd be making videos all the time about how this car just keeps breaking, it doesn't work right, things go wrong. But you know what? Since I did the 2 recalls on the software flash and the HVAC panel replacement, the car really hasn't had any other problems at all. It runs good, handles good, drives well, starts up all the time. I haven't really complained about anything. And the thing that I always measure a car on, as far as whether I'm going to keep it or get rid of it, is does it strand me on the road somewhere? And a lot of new cars, probably you wouldn't think would do that, but you know what? Last year when I took that long road trip out to Yellowstone and I wanted to do it in that new Kia Sorento hybrid, and I got that car, and I got 9 hours away from home, and it stranded me on I-80, and I had to leave it at the Kia dealer to get fixed and rent a car to finish my road trip. Right? That car was gone as soon as I got home. Because once a car breaks down on the road and breaks trust with me, then I can never trust it again. And so far, this one's been fine. But there are a few little niggles in this that kind of drive me crazy. And the one which most people complain about is the seat belts. This Charger Daytona is enormous. It's an enormous car, and the seat belts are mounted way behind the driver. And you really have to reach back to get them. Now, the seats have a strap on them that has a snap where you can put the seat belt through and snap that strap down, and that's supposed to hold the seat belt there. Well, the seat has moved forward so much that it puts so much strain on that strap, the snap opens and the seat belt falls out of the strap. So would have been better to do something maybe magnetized, something better, because that snap just undoes all the time as soon as there's pressure on the seat belt when that seat moves forward when you get in and start the car. That's minor, but it's a convenience issue. And the other thing I really dislike about this car is this glass roof, because it gets hot in here when the sun is out. And I just can imagine when I'm doing videos this summer how hot it's going to be in here with the sun beating through. It doesn't have a shade at all. And it's not ectochromic, right? So it doesn't darken at all either when the sun is beating down on it. And I'm bald, so you know, it's going to burn my head. So, you know, I'm going to need to wear a hat all the time. Not today because it's a cloudy day. I love the camera here. That's a nice safety feature that Hyundai Kia put in their cars when you turn left or right. And I like the fact that Dodge has it in this. It's one of my favorite safety features about this car. But there is a big blind spot in this car. The B pillars in this are very thick. And when you're looking over, especially over to the right, to see if anybody's there when you're turning, that B pillar is right in your way. But it gets up and it moves out. And like I said in the past, it's not a super fast EV. This is the RT, this is the base trim with the stage 1. And max horsepower, including the power shot number, is 496. Standard horsepower 456. And it's a big heavy car, but you know what? It drives well, it handles well. It just feels, it doesn't, what I like the most about driving it is it doesn't feel like every other EV I've driven. And I've driven plenty of other EVs from Tesla and Hyundai and Nissan and General Motors and Ford. and they're all looking for that futuristic look. They're all looking for that sanitized, clean EV ride. And this car doesn't do that. This car looks like a regular car. Doesn't look like an EV from the outside. Doesn't have Moonmobile design. Doesn't have weird wheels on it to maximize slipperiness through the air and minimize coefficient of drag and all that crap. It just has a nice look to it, and it doesn't drive like an EV. It drives like a regular Dodge Charger would drive, except the powertrain is electric. And I watched Doug DeMuro's review that just got posted a day or two ago on his view of the Charger Daytona EV, and he felt that it's unfinished in that the whole lineup of Chargers aren't out yet. And what he meant by that is we're expecting the six-pack car with the twin-turbo Hurricane Inline 6 to come out this summer, and they're hinting at a Hemi V8 going in this Charger for maybe the end for 2026 model year, and then 2-door and 4-doors coming out. So he felt that this was unfinished because they led with an EV, they led with the 2-door, and we know we got 4-doors coming. We know we have a 6-pack coming with a twin-turbo inline 6. We know we could have a Hemi coming as well. And so he thought this car was taking a lot of heat unfairly because the lineup is unfinished. And I think I agree with him on that, because I want to see what this whole lineup looks like when Dodge gets done with the whole thing. They started with an expensive EV, probably not the smartest thing to do. Probably should have started with a gas car. Maybe could have started with the 6-pack car. But they started here. But let's wait to see what the 6-pack car looks like, what the 4 doors look like, and whether or not we're going to get a Hemi in here. And then we can judge the lineup of Chargers offered for sale by Dodge as a whole. As an individual EV, this one is still only getting 2.8 miles per kilowatt hour, which isn't great. But as a fun car to drive, it's a fun car to drive. Got a Tesla next to me, but she doesn't pay any attention. As I notice, most Tesla drivers don't. They kind of stay in their own little world when they're driving down the road, at least here in New Jersey. But it's just a fun, huge, and if you like big cars, and I love big cars, and you can't get much bigger than this Charger Daytona, as far as the width and the length and the size, but I just like the way it drives. And I like the way it makes me feel when I drive it. And I know I'm probably going to get the same feeling when I drive the 6-pack car and the Hemi V8 car if they come out with one. There's just something about a Charger, just like the Challenger that I had, that just makes you feel a little bit more special when you're driving. I just can't put my finger on it. But I did want to chime back in here and just kind of give you an update. We're coming up 480 miles so far on the odometer on this car. So I don't drive it every day. I have other cars that I like to drive. So each one of my cars gets driven about 2 days a week. So this gets driven about 2 days a week. And that way I can spread the mileage out amongst all of them. But it is a fun EV to drive. And I'm glad I leased this to show you guys this 36-month test, because I think it may be more reliable overall than I thought. But anyway, you let me know what you think about what I said. Put it in the comments. And I want to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking the video. Please also consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell so you never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.